Hare Murari. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Dear devotees, with the grace of the Bhagwan, divine knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, today, with the grace of the Guru Maharaj, we will understand chapter number 3, verses number 41, 42 and 43. That means that today we are going to be end our chapter number 3. Subject is that finally we are moving. So, Tasmadvam indriyanyado niyamya bharatarshava Papyamanam prajahiyenam jnana vijnana nashanam Indriyani paranyahum indriyebhya param manah Manastu parabuddhyor buddhe paratastu saha Evam buddhe param buddhva sansastavya namatmanaha Jahi shatrum mahabaho Kamarupam durasadam. At Bhagwan Sri Krishna, in short, actually considering our kama, krodha, mada, moha and lobha. All the chapter number 3, verses number 41, where the Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, Jnana Vijnana Nashanam, the indriya which destroy our knowledge, our divinity, our intelligence, our intellectual, our maturity, they consider as a mahapap, bigger sinner. Plus in the chapter number 42, chapter number 3, verses number 42, where the Bhagwan Sri Krishna is telling, what is the importance? Who will be the indriya? So now beyond the indriya, there is a man. So the man means mind control our senses. But as I explained last week continuously, and the mind and buddhi means intelligence work together. Now the independent entity is Atma. So Atma is very minor, invisible, but ultimate controller of our body is the Atma. But what is happening is, Evam Buddhe Param Dva, even the people knows that Atma is the supreme. But although that Shatru means enemy who is sitting inside, which is the verses number 43 is Bhagwan Sri Krishna describing all those things as Shatru means enemy, who sitting inside, they not allowing that micro power to be come into the action. And this is what it called the Karma Yoga Sannyas. Karma Yoga means chapter number 3. Now let's try to understand in a compressive way. Because if I am going to go to the micro level, then these 3 will take another 3 months. So if I compress everything, it called a zip file. Because there is a one word file and different file, PowerPoint, and now is a new called a zip file. So zip file is like compress everything. Okay, now this is your final things. So bottom line is, when we talk about karma, what is the karma is? The first things first, we need to understand what is the karma. Karma says action which we perform. So right now I am performing my karma. You watching, you performing your karma, listeners watching, them karma is karma. But who generate the karma? Somebody is controller of the karma. So somebody there who got software, Said, okay, person A, this is what scrutiny, person B scrutiny, person C scrutiny. Now, we as an individual cannot be independent, a judge for our own karma. Because remember one thing, in our own eyes, we all is good. But when we go to the next person and we ask about opinion about us to the third person, so then the third person will tell the true opinion, which is based on his or her perceptions, what he has created about us. That is the belief of that person. Does not mean that everybody believe in Krishna Bhagwan. Does not mean that everybody believe in Shankar Bhagwan. Does not mean that everybody believe in Mataji or Ganesh Bhagwan. We will find some very different minded people. I am the strongly followers of the Ganpati. Finish. Don't talk to me about the Shankar Bhagwan. And don't talk to me about the Krishna Bhagwan. Don't talk to me about the Mataji. Although Shankar Bhagwan and Mataji are parents of the Ganpati Bhagwan, knowing that, but don't talk to me. I'm a strong follower of the Ganesh. Bhed Buddhi, which I explain about it. Our brain has divided. Always look the Bhed, divisions in everything. And that is why our mind, through the senses, ruling us and doesn't allow the Atma to rule. Supposed to be other way, Atma supposed to be rule the body, not the mind. What is happening? Why the things going wrong when it's come to the karma? So, in Mahabharata time, when the Krishna birth was happening, many people knows about it. Before the Krishna Bhagwan took the birth, a few hours ago, Yoga Maya took the birth. Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya means name itself is Maya. Moh Maya. So now she came into the action. And then after Krishna Bhagwan came. Now Krishna Bhagwan was the supreme power, so that Yoga Maya did not affect him anything. But others who was present there, they all was get affected by Yoga Maya. So exactly that process when we talk about it, when we are into the womb of the mother, we remember everything what we have performed in the past. That 9 months, that process which is birth process happen, and particularly last 2 to 3 months. The month 6th and 7th and 8th, that is where we do the ceremony, it's called the Simanta Sanskar. So now that 2-3 months which happen, during that 2-3 months, the soul pray to the Bhagwan, as soon as I will come out into this world, I'm very grateful that you have given me a human body. Knowing that what has done in the past, all those things wrong. As soon as I will come out as a human, I will not perform any kind of the sin, and every single day that soul pray to the Bhagwan and give a commitment, I will not do, I will not do, I will not do. But as soon as the birth happen, the Yoga Maya take over the everything, which is that Mana, Indriya, Buddhi, take over everything, and body forgot what commitment has given, and then the maturity, as the maturity level increase, the papa karma level also increase. Either pap or punya. Punya is like we forgot about. Kadiyug ma to bhuli javano. Punya word is only stays in the books. The punya word remain only in the books, and that's a reality, we have to accept it. If we're not going to accept the reality, then we're going to live into denial mode. And denial mode means dangerous mode. Because if we're not going to accept that I'm a papi, then how are you going to change your behavior? We have to accept that to a point I'm a papi. I'm lying to the people, I'm getting angry, I am doing this. If we're not going to accept it ourselves, Who else can accept? Tell me. Nobody else can accept it. That's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna has described this, all of them is a Mahapapi and a Shatru, enemies of our own. We don't need to find enemies outside. The enemies exist in our body through our mind, buddhi, senses and everything, whatever we can say. And then I have given so many examples about it, so I will not go in depth. But subject what Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, try to reach out towards the soul. But how to reach the soul? Questions start there. How to reach to the soul? And remember that without the soul, we are nothing. Think about it. Okay, one couple has spent life together 50 years. More than 50 years, but 50 years, consider they are couple together, husband and wife. They love each other, celebrate anniversary, celebrate birthday, and maybe they had a love marriage, so before they got married, they used the word, lots of, oh, I will give my life towards you, and then I will go and climb up to the moon and bring the stars for you, and this and that. All those things, nice flowery word to propose and all, very good happens. And after that, 50 years spending together. I'm not talking like 1 or 2 years, 50 years. Either husband or wife, one person, soul decide to leave. Hardly, very rare case happen to go together. One early, one later. That's once in a thousands or billions, like two together. Reality is, now the reality comes like here. One person decide to go, either husband or wife. Say for example, wife left. Now, will husband will tell to himself or everybody, this is the person who I loved to so much. I don't want this body to leave this house at all until I am here. Is that practically possible? Which husband or wife will keep his or her that body into the house longer than 24 hours? But that person you love so much. You gave everything, you wanted to go to the moon. What went wrong? Subject is like that. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says that our attachment, our moha, maya exist until the soul is inside. As soon as soul leaves the body, no matter how beautiful person is, 24 hours is maximum, and then body is gone. Finish. What more you can do? Nobody can do anything. That's a life. So our attachment was towards whom? If we said I like the body, why didn't we keep the body? Our attachment was towards that moving body, not unmovable body. And moving body is the run until the soul is inside. After that, even if we have a golden teeth and diamond teeth in the body, makes no difference. They will take it out. Sonu che bhai, kaam lagse. And many years ago, I'm talking about almost like 18, 19 years ago, I went to perform the one funeral. And this is a real incident. It's not a story, but it happens. So we left from the house, whatever prayer was supposed to be done, we did it. Now time has arrived to do the final cremation. And father, and there was a 3 sons, and father was passed away. So what happened? The body was lying down, and then hands was like this on the body. So somehow one child saw the finger is in the finger there was a 3 ring, gold ring. Now it's emotional movement. It's finally going that body into the burning now happening. Very emotional moment. Everybody was crying and this, and until the body left. It was just like I also felt it way they love so much them father, understable. And now I'm said, okay, let's put this camphor and this. And one child says, hey, hang on, wait. He says, what? There are 3 rings there. So I say, what? He says, we need to take it out ring. These 3 we are brothers, so we will take it one. But I says, give your father, let him to take. Why you worried about it? He will take it with him. It belongs to his. Why you worried about it? He says, my father will not take this ring. Somebody else going to take it. Rather, let us to take it. In our body, our loved ones who we think about it, they are our loved ones. They're not even going to leave our rings, which is our hard work money. They will take it there too. Karma, very difficult. We perform the karma for everybody, but nobody perform the karma for ourselves. Only few people perform the karma for somebody else. Raja Harishchandra. Few people knows about him. Raja Harishchandra, who has given his entire punya to someone unknown person, completely unknown person, to just give him a better life, and he suffer himself. Who can do in these days? And we said, I'm doing the punya karma. Let us ask one question. So many people does Ekadasi, today's Ekadasi. Many people do the Ekadasi, and I said, okay, let's each one give 11 Ekadasi punya karma to the poor people. Who will do? Who will do Ekadasi? In these days, children don't want to fast the Ekadasi after them father passed away, mother passed away. I have seen many cases. Child says, no, I can't fast it. Ara bhai tamara papa માટે કરવાનું છે. No, I can't do it. And we said, I'm doing the punya karma. Bhagwan's, because this maya, we're talking about this is the moha and a maya doesn't allowing us to perform the true karma. Karma which is atma karma, self, for the atma, not for the self. Self means ke we only doing for the pleasing the body. But what about the atma? Atma need selflessness. No personal involvement, means ke no personal interest, sensual pleasure interest, if I describe that way. When we eat, it is a sensual pleasure interest. When we watch, it is our sensual pleasure interest. Anything we do, we are only pleasing our senses, mind and buddhi, not a soul. The soul doesn't need what we giving to our body. Apne simple example apo. Let's ask ourselves, does soul interested to eat the pizza? Hachu mane ko. But if we don't eat the pizza 1 month, hachu tame. If we don't eat the pizza 1 month, then automatically this one will say, hey, somebody is waiting there. What is waiting? Oh, restaurant is waiting for you. Let me give takeaways. રિયાલિટી છે આ બધી. ઓકે, પિઝાની વાત જવા, આજે 11 છે, પાછું બોલી. If we in our body we use all of us, we use the cell phones, all of us we watch television, many years ago we was talking, but it's going to become a one day's reality. Everybody says I'm fasting. Now time has arrived for us to fast from the cell phone and television. Who tomorrow morning, I'm guaranteed you, tomorrow morning, if somehow, with some reason, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram and YouTube server get down for the 12 hours, you will see so many people go mad about it. My WhatsApp is not working, my Facebook is not working, my Instagram is not working. But if it is down, it's down. Whenever it's going to come, we will see. But just can't leave it. Now, does the soul want Facebook? Does the soul want a WhatsApp? Does the soul want all those things? It's just sensual pleasure, which is we only thinking that we are giving that to our body, but that is not supposed to be. They are actually creating the more karma siddhant. Karma siddhant, now I'm coming to the point. 3 type of the karma we perform: mana, vachana and karma. Like tan, man and dhan. Mana, vachana, karma. Mana means ke mentally, vachana means ke verbally, and karma means ke physically. We only think physically, if I hurt somebody, then I have committed the sin. But it's not the case. Even mentally you hurt somebody, you have committed the sin. You will face the same consequences what you physically do. However, you going to think, problem. You have put us in the biggest problem now. How many times mentally we talk about the bad about the third party? You don't have to kill the ant physically with the knife. By ant going and thinking about, let me kill this ant, you kill already. You either ant dies or not, is finished, done. That's why that Gandhiji has wrote the very famous bhajan, Vaishnav-jan to tene re kahiye, je peed parai jane re. Par dukhe upkar kare toye, man abhiman na aane. If we read that line by line, that bhajan tells everything what Bhagavan Sri Krishna has told about it. Mana, vachana. So first we perform the karma mentally. The churning process happens here. Through the buddhi. Now buddhi only produce what our senses has seen. So, morning till the evening, if you only watch certain kind of the things in the social media or on the television, so your brain only will produce the thoughts according to that. You can try nicely, I will tell you. So, experiment is nice. We are experiment-based people. And I always say, do the experiment. Only for the sake of the experiment. Don't allow become a habit for that one, honestly. Experiment. So, in these days, we all got nice internet in our house. And in the morning, most of people put the bhajan. YouTube ma, they put the bhajan or satsang or kirtan. Most of means ke, I'm talking about those who are over 60, like technical senior citizens. They, but 40 to 50 people, they put the something else. And then those who are 20 to 30, they actually beyond that. For them it's like bhajan satsang kirtan is non-exist. Even morning, early morning, 6 o'clock. You will see what is happening on that. They listen music. What type of the music listen? The things has gone so different level in these days, where the children going to the school, and they got cell phone. So they're going to the school for what? To get educate themselves. Modern education. But education is there, study. But child leave the house, and they are the 20 minutes they spend on the road, through the transport or car or bus or whatever it is. That 20 to 25 minutes early morning, between 6:30 to 7 o'clock or 7 to 7:15, that early morning I'm talking about, that supposed to be very, very fresh time, like, you fresh and energetic, yeah. What the children are listening? FM radio. In the FM radio, tell me which FM radio are doing the prarthana and stuti. I remember before years ago, either any kind of the FM radio, early morning up to the 8 o'clock, no matter which faith they are, they always used to play a spiritual, devotional music. And in these days, actually, 5 o'clock morning, you only listening jazz and rock and pop and what other things. That blue hip hop and jazz music, and then American music and Western. Dangerous, very dangerous. Why? You think I am 5:30, I'm in a mandir and I don't know anything about it? And some people say, okay, you are 5:30 doing the Bhagwan Puja, you think about the FM radio? It's not the case. Sometimes I leave early morning to drive to Port Elizabeth. So my driving start 4:30, 4:45. So what you going to put it there? So that radio tells you that few days which I was traveling, and I said, early morning if the child are listening these things, and now 7:15 or 7:30, that child entering into the school to get educated, what that child will learn? Dangerous things. Now I'm coming to the experiment point story. So, sometime બહુ વિચાર કરવો પડે બોલતા વખતે, but anyway, time. So, experiment means a few days in the morning, instead of, if you are listening the music, then stop listening and listen the bhajan. But since you watching me on YouTube, that means you definitely not listening the music, you listening the bhajan. And those who are listening the music, they're not watching me at all. That's the reality. But I have to say both sides. By those who are browsers, if they're listening, then they say, okay, let me try. But anyway, if you are listening the bhajan, only for few days, don't allow. And 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock in your house, put the Muhammad Rafi or Lata Mangeshkar song for a few days. I'm telling you, your brain whole day will think only about the Lata Mangeshkar and Muhammad Rafi. And particularly what type of the song you're listening, whole day is going to become like that. If you listen that sad song, whole day become a sad. If you, whatever song you listen is going to become like that. Brain is something very dangerous. What we feed, that comes out. So tan are mana, vachana, karma. Karma, physical action is the last one. But we have given importance to the physical actions but not other tools. And that is why we are going wrong in our life. That's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna has described them as a Mahapapi, Mahashatru. Mahapapi, biggest sinner and biggest enemy of us. Man and a Varchana. But problems start with we don't have a trust in our devotion. And I did give example last week about the Holi. But trust means that we know that Bhagwan is there all the time for us. Even after spending so many years in a devotion, we still have a doubt into the Bhagwan. You says, no, it's not possible. I don't have a doubt into the Bhagwan. Bhagwan is 100% good. He has saved me lots and everything. I'm grateful to him. That's fine. So then why we asking Bhagwan why I am suffering? Hey? And not only about us, if something happened tomorrow to our children, why my child is suffering? Are we karma છે સફર થવા દો ને આપણે હું The child is facing his own karma, but we will worried about why my child is suffering. This question is a doubt into the system which Bhagwan has created. We will say, end of that, I am the parents. Yes, I am end of that, we are the parents. Till when? Till when we are the parents of our child? We will say, no, until my child will get married. Then, okay, it's fine. After that, when your grandchild comes in the life, then you will say, no, I'm a parents, grandparents. It's my responsibility to take care. Honey responsibility. What responsibility we carrying on? Hey? Moh Maya, very dangerous. Government says 16 year or 18 year is maturity. That means that child is mature enough to understand what he or she is doing. Pati gyu pachi, finish. Tame tamara raste, umar raste. Which parents are prepared to do that one? Olden days, these things used to be happen. Dasrath Raja has gave Ram, Bhagwan Sri Ram and Lakshman to the Vishwamitra Rishi. When Vishwamitra Rishi came, I want your two children to come with me into the forest to protect our ashram. Take it. Tomorrow when government comes, I want your two child to come in a military. What we will do? And I know many people has done in the past too. It was a rule. Every child must go into the military training, and then everybody used to find a ways why must I not send my child to the military training? Bhagwan Sri Ram, Lakshman went. Dasrath Raja says, take it. No problem. I have a full faith in you. Bhagwan Sri Ram just came from the ashram, finished study, came into the palace. Hardly he has spent a few days, and then here say, okay, let's come and join the duty. 14 years straight after marriage, 14-year forest. Krishna Bhagwan after the birth, don't know how the parents look like, 5 years into the village. After that, there too, gave a freedom to the parents, okay, thank you very much, I have done my job, moving towards the Dwarka. How many examples I can give? But we talk about my responsibility. Up to when? That attachment towards our loved ones is causing the karma binding. One day, I'm not saying we mustn't fulfill the responsibility, but we must be aware that after a certain point, we have to stop. This is the real incident happens in India. Many years ago, was one of the government official was working into the government office, earning well, had a one son, one daughter, and all the family members was living nicely. And done honestly duties, job, everything. Day came for the retirement. So retirement happened. In office he had a big party. In the house, family gave a big party. Retirement parties, enjoying, no problem. Midnight, 2 o'clock. That officer called his son in his room. He said, "My child, I'm giving you only 5 hours to decide what you want to do." He says, "What that mean?" He said, "From tomorrow morning sunrise, you will take over all the responsibilities. Anything has to do in the house, anything family responsibility, attending the wedding, funerals, whatever it is, you will take over. Only in the morning I need a 1 meal bhojan. In the evening I need a 1 glass of the milk. My entire pension you will take. I'm going to sign because I have to sign until I'm here. Don't ask me any kind of the vyavahar or anything, how much give to that person or whatever. Don't ask me anything. Consider me as death. If you don't want to do that, then after 5th hour, I'm going to leave the house. Choice is yours. Either you want me to in the house, or I'm leave the house. And don't even ask me to go and pick up the children and drop the children from the schools, anything, nothing. Consider me, I'm not exist here. And give me whatever food you want to give me. Even if you're going to give me rotli sak, I will be happy. 2 o'clock in the morning, child was really confused. Now, what must I do with this person now? Is he really gone age? Oh, he is like dreaming or what? Child didn't took serious about it. Sunrise happened. Morning, that person came out from his room. What is your decision? Child says, "Hey, early morning, 7 o'clock, why are you talking about those things? I just want your decision. I'm giving you 5 minutes, yes or not. Otherwise, my bag is ready." And that person live his entire life like that. Completely detached, finished, done. Do whatever you want to do it. I'm not going to be interfere in your any decisions. Finished, done. Subject is up to the certain point, it's our responsibility, but after that, we have to start getting detached. And that is why in a Hindi word or Gujarati word or English word, the one word, one number pronounced is 1. 51 ne 51, 51. English is 51, Gujarati 51, Hindi 51. Behind the one is common is a vana. 51, eka 1, ikya 1. Once we pass the 50, then prepare for the forest. Prepare for the forest doesn't mean in these days there is no forest exist. Prepare for the forest means reduce the expectations, release the attachment, and concentrate into the Bhagavan. That is the mantra of the happiness in the family, in our life, and also to connect to the Bhagavan. Because from that onwards, our reverse countdown starts. After that, we don't know how many more. Now, reverse countdown start. Remember, when we climb up the mountain, it takes time. But when we come down to the mountain, it goes faster. Reverse countdown is like that. Eyes can't see properly. Teeth can't eat properly. Legs can't run faster. Doctor tells cholesterol, blood pressure, diabetes. All those things starts. That all signature means signs ke bhai distance it. More you involve, attached in those kind of the things, means ke more karma you generating. Remember, Bhagavan gave us a 20 years. In these days, they play the 2020 game, ne? Cricket format is 2020. But this 2020 concept, Bhagavan has actually introduced very nicely, beautifully towards us. First 20 years, we depend on our parents. First 20 years of our life, we depend on the parents. Next 20 years, we depend on ourselves. Kila thaya, 40 thaya. Next 20 years, we work for the children. Side થઈ ગયા 60. And if we don't understand that gap of the 20 years, means that next 20 years we depend on the children. If child take me hospital, then I'll go, otherwise I can't go, because I can't walk properly. Reality, 2020 game, if we understand this 2020. But that gap which we have, which we receive between 40 to 60, during that 20 years, if we make ourselves aware, awake, detached from everything, then the next 20, when comes after 60, whatever another 100 or whatever 40, we will be very happiest person, because there is no attachment. And reality is, if we detach, then honestly I'm telling you is, detachment is a recipe of the healthy lifestyle. If you don't have attachment, anything, what more we need to eat after 60? 2 rotli, little bit sak. That's all we want. Our digestion system is like that. Just little bit food we need, that's it, to survive. And if we get that much food, that's it. Rest of things, our dunya bhale તૂટી જતી આપણે શું ફરક પડવાનો છે ભાઈ તૂટી જવા દો. અને છોકરું સેટલ નથી તો નથી. If the child is not settled, it's fine. Child is facing his own karma. Accept it, reality, accept it. If it is not settled, facing own karma. But we want to interfere in child karma. It's become our karma. In next birth, we also going to remain unsettled. And that child will become our parents and going to worry about us. How long this cycle will carry on? One birth you worried about him, another birth he's going to worry about you. And ચાલવાનું જ છે. Rather than do our responsibility, fulfill our duties, after a point, say thank you very much. Bhagwan knows what to do. Since he has given a birth, everybody in this birth, he will take care of everybody, everyone. Instead of the worrying about the child, let's pray to the Bhagavan and then actually Bhagwan will make sure that the child will be taken care. Even if the child will have a little bit bad karma, Bhagwan will correct it through our prayers. Through our prayers. Instead of the worrying. I'm just, why I'm talking about this? It just came like, because I have no intention to speak, but it just came like that. And this is the reality of our, when I tell, when we talk about, last week actually, and I was telling, once my children, and I tell openly, I don't hide anything. Once my child finishes education, once that child gets certificate and job starts, thank you very much, do it your job, finish. I'm going. Where are you going? Don't worry. I can handle myself. Take care of yourself. If you think you want to meet me, come to where I am staying there. Once a year, come and visit me. Say hello, hi, and go on. Give a child a freedom. Let child to become a free bird. These birds and animals teach us. Which parents, after a certain point, birds are free. We have to make that child go, enjoy your life. If you're going to fall, you're going to learn. If you're going to go in difficulties, you're going to learn. But what will happen if I'm going to tell you what to do, then you're going to feel offended. Why? You don't like my advice. Reason why I'm telling with my experience, but anyway, you don't like my advice. After a point. I'm not saying that we must completely disconnect, but de-attached. Disconnection is not the solution. De-attached. Let child to grow. Let's give up wings to child to fly. Instead of holding the child in our small thought. What my meaning is, but your way, my way, does not mean that we're not going to watch. We're still going to be, relation will be there, but gives a wings a child, freedom. My duty was to give you education. You are educated enough to take your decisions, to make it yourself a powerful person. How to find a job, how to find a wife or husband is your problem, not my problem. And how to handle wife or husband is your problem, not my problem. Let me handle my wife. Anyway, my wife means my Atma. Because end of that is going to come to me. Means we must start de-attaching. And honestly, those who have done that part, them children has taken care by the Bhagwan. Bhagwan has taken care very nicely, very beautifully. I can give thousands of the example like that. Thousands of the example I can give you. They are all into the good peace. હવે આપણે holding back રાખીએ. Before I end, I have a very limited time, 2 minutes. You know what can happen? When I was small, we was learning how to ride the bicycle. And we all of us know in the olden days, somebody hold the seat and said, okay, push. And then we pedal and then, okay, I'm going to learn bicycle. And slowly that person confident comes, okay, now he has got balance on the bicycle, let me release my hand a little bit. And then slowly that person release the hand, we learn how to ride the bicycle freely. But as soon as what happened, while we riding the bicycle, and as soon as we see like behind, does that person is holding my seat or not? And then what happened? We fall. Why we fall? Because we were worried about, oh, that person has left his hand. Oh, I don't know how to ride the bicycle. I'm telling with my experience, that's why I'm telling you. It happened to me 3 times. And one time I was right in a bush, બધા કાંટા ઘૂસી ગયા. But anyway, until we don't see back, we are enjoying riding the bicycle, we build up the confidence. Similarly, we have to do with our children and everybody, कि भाई, okay, don't look back, look forward. My duty to hold the hand up to a point, after that is your life. We will see next week Monday, we will start 4th chapter, very interesting chapter. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. We will do the Aarti now. सांझ पड़े दिन हाथ में चकवाह चकवीरो चलो चकवाह क्या जय सांझ पड़े मत रोय. गौरी पूछे गोरिया कौन भले रो देश संपत होय तो घर भला नहीं तो भलो परदेश. ई मीर गयु रवि देखता कुबुद्धि गई गुरु ज्ञान संपत गई अति लोभ से भक्ति गई अभिमान. अभिमानी कुंजर भयो लियो अपने सिर भार ताके जमरा कूट से जमलोडु गड़े लुहार. राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय. ओम जय काना कारा प्रभु जय काना कारा मीठी मोरलीवाड़ा मीठी मोरलीवाड़ा गोपीना प्यारा. ओम जय काना कारा कान कामण बहु कीधा प्रभु कामण बहु कीधा. माखन चोरी मोहन माखन चोरी मोहन चित चोरी लीधा. ओम जय काना काड़ा नंद जसोदा घेर वैकुंठ उतार्यों प्रभु वैकुंठ उतार्यों. कालिया मर्दन कीधो कालिया मर्दन कीधो गायो ने चारी. ओम जय काना काड़ा ढूंढतना तुझ पास के में नहीं आ प्रभु के में नहीं आवे. नेति वेद पुकारे नेति वेद पुकारे पुनीत सुंगावे. ओम जय काना काड़ा ओम जय काना काड़ा प्रभु जय काना काड़ा. मीठी मोरलीवाड़ा मीठी मोरलीवाड़ा गोपीना प्यार. ओम जय काना काड़ा ओम जय काना काड़ा ओम जय काना काड़ा. कपूर गौरम करुणावतारम
संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनोहरि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की। जलेन शीतलीकरणं कुर्यात् देवतानाम् अभिवन्दनं स्थापितदेवताभ्यो नमः। निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि। आरार्तिकम् आरार्तिकम् आरार्तिकं समर्पयामि। यश आरोग्य प्राप्ति अर्थे स्वात्मानाम् अभिवन्दनं पात्रात् बहिः हस्तं प्रक्षाल्य। श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपाळु भजमन् हरन भव भयदारुणं नवकञ्जलोचन कञ्जमुखकर कञ्जपदकञ्ज कन्दर्पय गणित अमित छविनव नीलनीरजसुन्दिरं पटपीतमानौ तडितरुचिशुचिनौमि जनकसुतावरं शिरमुकुटकुण्डल तिलकचारु उदार अङ्गविभूषण आजानुभुज शरचापधरु सङ्ग्रामजित खरदूषण भजु दीन बन्धु दिनेश दानव दैत्यवंश निकन्दनं रघुनन्दयानन्द कन्द कौशल्य चन्द्र दशरथनन् इति वदित तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनं मम हृदय कुञ्ज निवास कुरु कामादिखलदलरन्। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। गणपति महाराज की। विघ्नेश्वराय वरदाय सुरप्रियाय लंबोदराय सकलाय जगद्विताय नागाननाय श्रुतियज्ञविभूषिताय गौरीसुताय गणनाथ नमो नमस्ते। गणपति महाराज की जय। उमापति महादेव। श्मशाने स्वाक्रीडा स्मरहर पिशाचा सहचराश्चिता भस्मालेपं सृगविनुकरोटी परिकरम् अमङ्गल्यं शीलं तव भवतु नामेवमखिलं तथापि स्मर्तॄणां वरद परमं मङ्गलमसि। उमापति महादेव की। राधे कृष्ण भगवान की। कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। बालकृष्ण भगवान की। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविरध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं वसुदेवं सुतं देवं सचाणुरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। आकाशात् पतितं योऽयं यथा गच्छति सागरं सर्वदेवो नमस्कारं केशवं प्रति गच्छति। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते यत्कृपात्वमहं वन्दे परमानन्दममाधवं। त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेवं। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरं गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे। असदगिरिसमं स्यात् कज्जलं सिन्धुपात्रे सुरतरुवरशाखा लेखनी पत्रमुरवी लिखत यदि गृहीत्वां शारदा सर्वकालं तदपि तव गुणानां मीश पारं न याति। राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। જય 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 જગદંબે આદ્યશક્તિ ભવાની મા અંબે માત કી. નમો દેવ્યય મહાદેવ્યય શિવાય સતતમ નમઃ. નમઃ પ્રકૃત્યય ભદ્રાય નિયતાં પ્રણતાસ્મતાં. વિદ્યુદ્દામ સમપ્રભાં મૃગપતિં સ્કંધસ્થિતાં ભીષણાં. કન્યાભીકરવાલખેટવિલસદ્હસ્તાभिरासेवितां. हस्तैश्चक्रधरालिखेटविशिखांश्चापं गुणां बिभ्राणां मण्डलात्मिकां शशिधरां. दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे, दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे, दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे. अम्बे मात की जय. आशापुरी मात की जय. महालक्ष्मी मात की जय. राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय. कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय. बालकृष्ण भगवान की जय. उमापति महादेव की जय. गणपति महाराज की जय. ओम नमः पार्वती पतये. हर हर महादेव हर. ओम नमस्ते हमारा अहो प्राणदाता. नमस्ते हमारा पिता माता भ्रात. नमस्ते महादेव जोड़ी दिव्य हस्ते. नमस्ते प्रभु जी नमस्ते नमस्ते.